Hello, Rabble, and welcome to Chapter 3 of the Customer Driven Marketing Handbook. I'm going to give you a sneak peek of trust, the currency of modern marketing. In today's marketplace, trust is everything. It's what separates brands that simply exist from those that truly connect with their audience. Over the next 5 minutes, sit back, relax, have your next cup of coffee or drink of choice as we explore a couple of reasons why trust matters and also one example of how it's built so that you can see what it means for your marketing strategy. We're going to start by imagining just for a hot minute that you're a runner. And if you're not a runner and you think runners are mad, I totally get that. I'm one of those mad people. But let's say you're lacing up your trusty running shoes for your morning jog when you notice the soles starting to peel off. Yes, this has happened to me before. And let's be honest, your running shoes have seen better days. So after your run, you hop online to order a replacement. And to your surprise, your favorite brand is running an incredible deal. Premium running shoes are 75% off. At first you're excited, but then, that creeps in. You ask yourself, why are they so cheap? Are they faulty? You're almost tempted not to pursue your purchase. But then you scroll and the answer becomes clear. Well, the brand is discontinuing this style to make room for new designs. So this is literally the last chance to buy those shoes. You check that your size is available and you buy them without waiting a hot second. Why did knowing the reason behind the sale make you trust the offer more? Because as humans, inherently, we don't want to feel like we're being sold to until we actually know why we're being sold to. Psychology is a funny thing, I know. But it's a great reminder that more often than not, all we need is to know what we're being sold and why we're being sold it. And that really shows how a lot of marketing stems from making expectations as clear as possible and being as transparent as possible when it comes to how you show up. Without trust, one that encompasses so many different elements of a great customer-driven strategy, you can't really build a strategy in the first place. Inside this chapter, I actually cover one of my favorite examples of how we can build trust by not being perfect. This is exactly what the portfolio effect teaches us. This is one of my favorite psychological principles because it suggests that people are more likely to trust and relate to brands or individuals that might display minor imperfections. Well, why, you might ask? Well, because it makes them feel more human. Now imagine you're at a party and someone walks in and they're absolutely flawless, perfect hair, impeccable outfit, unshakable confidence. At first you're impressed, maybe even in awe. But then as the evening goes on, they might feel a bit intimidating. And what they're talking about, their perfect life, might feel too good to be true. Now imagine that same person spills a bit of their wine on their sleeves. They laugh it off, brushing it aside with a self-deprecating joke. And suddenly something shifts. They're no longer this untouchable vision of perfection. They're real, they're relatable, and dare I say, more likable. The same principle applies in marketing. In a world overflowing with polished campaigns and meticulously created Instagram grids, it's easy for brands to come across as distant and inauthentic. But if we can learn to let our guards down, maybe showcasing small, genuine imperfection and human traits, something magical can happen. They might feel more human. These brands might feel real. The idea here is simple and powerful. When a brand has already credibility and is perceived as competent, showing minor imperfections can actually make them more relatable and build better trust. Now, the key here is, of course, balance. It's about small human moments, like things that make you think they're just like me. But obviously, we need to make sure that we have some competence already in there and some trust and credibility built in it. Like minor missteps can add authenticity, but too much of a big swing, and this can actually erode trust faster than we can say, oops. So the lesson here is that perfection might seem appealing, but relatability with a touch of vulnerability really can build connections. So let your brand spill a little wine every now and again. Just make sure it's the kind of guest that everybody wants at their party. For example, as a restaurant, you might share a behind-the-scene blooper of a chef dropping a tray, as long as it's not during service maybe. Or a tech company could poke fun along its long-standing quirks, like Microsoft gently mocking Clippy's reputation in its later campaigns. So the pratfall effect is not just about, boasting your mistakes or making intentional blunders. It's about showing the human side of your brand. Just like Domino's admitting that their pizza recipe needed improvement in the "Oh yes, we did it" campaign in 2010. This is your friendly reminder then to maybe acknowledging your flaws, taking action on them, and using them as something that you want to showcase and celebrate. Whether it is yourself or even customers' interactions, adding personal anecdotes or handwritten apologies for minor issues in your customer service can be little things that make a hell of a difference. So what are you going to do? How can you bring a bit more of you into your next brand interaction. I hope you enjoyed this extract that takes some of my favorite learnings from Chapter 3 of my book, Customer Driven Marketing Handbook. Don't forget to grab your copy at customerdriven.marketing.